Alright, what's up everyone, I'm Loki, and today, as you can see, is the 1000 subscriber face reveal video. It's been a little while since I hit 1000 subscribers. It's been about a week, maybe a week and a half. Currently I am at 1250 subscribers, a little bit over that, but still 1000 subscriber face reveal video. I said I'd do it, so I'm doing it, and yeah, here it is. Also in this video, I'm going to be giving some tips that I used, some things that I did to help myself grow on YouTube, and kind of the mentality that I had on YouTube. I think that is probably the most important thing of trying to grow on YouTube, so I'll be giving some tips on that later on in the video. But really, this video is a thank you video for 1000 subscribers. I haven't really done a full video on it, but every single video basically I've been saying thank you for all the support, because the support is insane. I've been growing a lot between each video, and I just can't thank everyone enough. All the views, likes, comments, all the subscribers, all the discussion on my video is amazing. So if you enjoy the content and you want to support me in other ventures, follow me on Twitch. I'm going to start doing live streaming there sometime in July. Guaranteed July 31st will be a birthday stream, but I do plan on starting to stream early in July if there's enough interest in it. But yeah, if you enjoy my content and you want to go and support me on there, go follow me on Twitch. The link will be the first link in the description. So go follow me on that. That would be great. And now into the video. Once again, thank you to everyone. I say it in every single video because the support is just great in every single video. But thank you to everyone who has subscribed, who has clicked the like button, who has left a comment on any of my videos, or has just watched my videos. Just thank you to everyone who's done anything to support this channel. It's great, and the support is just amazing. But today I'd like to give some tips to people who are thinking about starting a YouTube channel, or people who are doing YouTube currently. I remember there was someone who commented on one of my videos who said, man, I've been doing this for a while, I'm at 60 subs, you know, how did it work for you? And I just want to give some tips for people trying to grow on YouTube in 2020, because there are a lot of tips videos, but it's from people that grew a lot back in like the early stages of YouTube, or back even in the mid stages of YouTube, kind of like 2016, 2015 times. And I just wanted to give my tips for 2020, where I mean, everything's almost unknown on YouTube. So the first thing that I want to talk about is mentality. The whole thing about YouTube is it's a mentality thing, and if you are treating YouTube like a job, if you are just now starting YouTube in the hopes to make money eventually, I mean, maybe it'll happen, but if you're not really interested in what you're doing, you're going to get burnt out super fast. So make sure you're doing something that you really enjoy, something that interests you. And me personally, I made videos doing, you know, just talking, giving my thoughts on what's happening around the NFL, namely when it comes to the Seahawks. So that's something that interests me. As a Seahawks fan, I mean, I talk about what happens between, you know, the Seahawks and what the Seahawks are doing a lot. Just kind of think about it and talk with my friends about it. But I thought, why not make videos? I mean, see what people on the internet think. You know, there's a lot of Seahawks fans, there's a lot of NFL fans, there's a lot of football fans on the internet, so I decided, you know, why not just make videos giving my thoughts on things in the Seahawks organization and around the Seahawks, and just see what people have to say about it. And people clicked on the videos, people left their comments, people liked the videos, and they created discussion, and I think that is what I really enjoyed with my videos. And yeah, that's what I did. So if you find something that interests you, then just, you know, stick with it. If it gets views, it gets views. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, it really doesn't matter, and I think that's the good thing about doing what you enjoy. If, say, I'm talking about the Seahawks and I'm getting 10 views, I mean, it's really nothing out of my day. It's not like I'm going out of my day to work a 9-to-5 job to make a video and then get no views. I'm basically just doing what I would do anyway, just thinking about what's happening within the Seahawks right now, and, you know, I'm just giving my thoughts, hassling myself a little bit to have to edit the video and make it kind of flow alright, but really, I'm just making a video on what I would be doing normally and what I find interesting. So it's really not that bad if it doesn't get views, but I mean, it ended up getting views, it gets support, so I mean, I can't thank everyone enough. So yeah, first tip, do what you enjoy. Second tip, do not get discouraged. It's something that I kind of mentioned when I was talking about the first tip, but don't get discouraged over low view counts, low subscriber numbers, or anything like that. It's something that will come eventually with time, and you really just have to continue to make videos. Consistency is the #1 thing, and if you don't make videos a lot, then you got to make sure that the videos that you do make will be high quality. Like me personally, I make videos every 2 to 3 days, and I mean, they're decent. They're about as good as they can really get for what I'm doing, and I'm going to be switching them up a little bit, because before I had been doing just throwing highlights and just talking over them, and obviously that's going to get some copyright issues. So me personally, I'm going to probably, now that I've done this face reveal, kind of just talk in front of the camera, give my thoughts, and then do some b-roll footage, kind of cut between things, and see how that works out, because I don't want to just be a channel that lives off of copyright. So I want to kind of be able to do my own thing, and that'll definitely cause some issues when it comes to this, because the quality isn't the greatest, the background isn't great, and the lighting isn't amazing, but eventually it'll get there, it'll get better, and I'm just gonna continue to learn and try to get better in that. But like I said, don't get discouraged. If you're new on YouTube and you're starting to make videos, just continue to make videos. Make sure you're doing it on what interests you, what you enjoy, because if you do videos on what you enjoy, you're not gonna really get burnt out. And a lot of people that are trying to start YouTube to try to eventually make money, they are making things that they don't want to make. They're making things that are popular, trying to get clicks, get views off of just trending things, and it's just, they get burnt out really fast because they don't actually enjoy doing it, and they're like, man, it's been a month or two, why am I not making money yet? And I mean, if you're starting YouTube, you kind of have to have the mentality that you're not going to make money until YouTube wants you to make money. Like me personally, I used a lot of copyrighted material on my initial videos, and now I'm eligible for monetization because over 1,000 subscribers, over 4,000 hours of watch time, insane support. But now that I'm eligible, I mean, there's a chance that I get denied the first time because of the copyrighted content that I have on my channel, but that's the thing, I'm not too worried about it. Monetization is cool, but right now I don't really need it. So if I get monetized, that'll be cool, it'll be nice, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm still going to continue to make videos because it's something that I enjoy doing. And the third tip that I have, which is another thing on the mentality that goes into YouTube, is don't be discouraged from negativity. I think that negativity is something that will always be there, but don't be discouraged. I think, someone who's starting new, they get a couple comments and one of them is bad. So you get 10 comments and one comment is just hateful. Just roll with the punches. I mean, there's always going to be someone who doesn't enjoy what you do. Like one of my first few videos, right? My first few Seahawks videos, that is, I made draft videos because I thought that that was interesting. I don't know too much about college football players, but as a Seahawks fan, each day of the draft, I basically just saw who the Seahawks drafted, researched them, looked them up, watched some highlights, watched some film, look at their stats, and then I give my thoughts on the pick. And in those videos, I titled them Draft Overviews and Breakdowns, and that was my first problem. Saying breakdown was definitely my main issue because I'm not an analyst whatsoever. I'm just a random guy who enjoys watching football. I'm a Seahawks fan. I know a general amount of football, but I didn't watch college football, especially not this last year. But yeah, so I was getting killed in the comments by people saying, oh, you gotta analyze more, you gotta watch more film, you don't know anything about this guy, you're a horrible analyst. And I'm like, well, I'm not an analyst. So the first thing that I ended up doing was the videos after those draft videos, I clarified Seahawks fan gives thoughts or Seahawks fan reacts and stuff like that. And I've kind of changed the way that I try to go about that. The first few draft videos that I did, I tried to be more analytical, but now I've kind of become someone who just kind of gives my thoughts and allows other people to give their thoughts in the comments, and I think that it works out really well. It's not very hard to make the videos. I mean, the editing is something, making sure the audio is correct, all that stuff, that's definitely something that goes into it, so that's a bit difficult. But when it comes down to it, I'm really just giving my thoughts, giving some baseline statistics, giving some baseline information for some understanding on the topic, but mainly I'm just giving my thoughts on a certain subject. And I think that it's interesting. I make the videos and other people give their discussion. I think that that's a great thing, but that stems from a negative comment. Like, there was a big paragraph comment. I mean, if you go back to my draft videos, you can probably find it, but some guy was just talking about how you're not an analyst, like there's better analysts on YouTube, and I agree 100%. I'm not an analyst. There are people that'll give probably better takes, people that'll give like actual film breakdowns on explaining why a player is good, a player is bad, something like that. But me personally, I'm a Seahawks fan. I just enjoy giving my thoughts on things, and I enjoy the discussion that happens in the comments. So that comment, I mean, I can't remember who the guy is, but honestly, thanks to him, I basically switched up what I did. I mean, those draft videos got a lot of views, but now that I've switched up what I did, just giving my thoughts, it's definitely more, enjoyable to make the videos that I make. And I think people don't take them more as analytic videos, and they give their thoughts on the topic, and I really enjoy that. So whoever left that comment, it was negative at the time, and it really did hurt me. I was like, dang, maybe I stopped making these videos. But then I was like, wait, what if I just kind of switch it up? Thank you to that guy. Yeah, I can't thank him enough. He's basically set the groundwork for how my videos have been, and it's done really well. So thanks to that guy. And what you can learn from that is tip number 3: take negative comments, use it as criticism. Don't use it as hate. Don't say that it's just a hate comment. Read into it, understand what they're saying, use it as criticism, and see if there's anything that you can change to kind of better yourself from that. And if there's not, then just roll with the punches, let it go, and move on to the next thing. But now, to get away from the mentality thing a little bit and to get more into the production and even the algorithm type tips on production, you don't have to have the greatest of production value. Really, the one thing that you need is a mic. I have a pretty good mic, but that's because my sister's a musician, and she had a ton of mics that actually just weren't being used. So I was able to just get a pretty good mic, and if you don't have that type of access to a microphone, there's a ton of USB mics and any mics really that you can get for under $100 that can easily satisfy the audio needs for any video for probably months, if not years, into a YouTube channel. Like, I know back in the day there were a ton of people with millions of subscribers still using a Blue Snowball, which was like a $40 mic at the time. So I think that, audio quality, it has to be good. Like, you can't have horrible audio quality, because that is probably the main thing of a YouTube video. But if you don't have great audio quality, I'd say to upgrade that a bit. If you're starting a YouTube channel, try to have good audio quality, but you don't have to spend like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Anything over like $60 will be absolutely fine. And yeah, Blue Snowball, Blue Yeti, I think the Yeti's pretty expensive, but anything in that range, all I can say is don't get the Razer Siren X. That's the first thing that I had, and I absolutely hated it. That's why I went searching for this thing. A couple recommendations that I would give if you're going to be recording your screen or anything like that on your computer for videos: OBS, Open Broadcast Software. It's completely free and it works excellent. That's exactly what I'm using at this current moment in time. And if you're going to be recording audio, like recording your voice, like a voiceover type thing, Audacity is probably one of the best things that is there. But that's also free. That's what I use for every other video. Right now I'm using OBS, but typically I just use Audacity to do the voiceovers, and then I get some clips together. But now that I'm going to be doing content with my camera on, OBS is going to be what I'm using. And when I start streaming on Twitch, anyone who's trying to stream on Twitch, OBS Stream Elements is definitely the best way to go. When it comes to editing and photo editing, though, I personally use Sony Vegas and Photoshop. I know Premiere Pro is much better for a lot of people, and I do have Premiere Pro, but I just prefer Sony Vegas. It's just something that I used when I was doing the sports finds back in the day that I used to do in like 2017, 2016. And yeah, I've just kind of grown accustomed to that. So that's how I've learned to edit, and that's how I'm going to continue to edit. I know that Premiere Pro runs smoother and it renders faster, but Sony Vegas is just so much easier in my opinion. But Photoshop is definitely the best photo editor out there. You can use like GIMP or something like Photoshop, free thing, but if you have the opportunity to get Photoshop, even a cracked version, either like a free thing, which I think is illegal, I'm pretty sure is illegal, so I wouldn't recommend it. But if you do have the opportunity to use Photoshop, Sony Vegas, or Premiere Pro, I would recommend those three things for video and photo editing. But if not, there are definitely free counterparts that are going to be just as effective. But now, getting into the biggest portion of growth on YouTube is the algorithm. How do you work the algorithm in your favor to allow you to grow on YouTube? I have no idea. But there are a couple key things that I can tell you that I ended up doing and how it helped me grow on YouTube. So the examples that I'm going to use are of my draft videos, the first few videos that I made and the videos that blew up. Out of those draft videos, day 3 did the best out of views and comments and likes and stuff like that. But day 1 and 2 did very well as well. But I think day 3, there's a big thing that you can take from it, and basically what this whole tip revolves around. For those draft videos, I ended up posting them, right after it happened, so the interest was still high. Like the day 1 draft video, the day 1 of the NFL draft happened. That night I recorded it and edited it, and then uploaded it that next morning, and then the same thing for day 2 and day 3. But the main thing that I will say, and day 3, like I said, is going to be the example that I use for this tip, is Google Trends is your best friend. I wouldn't go completely off of that. Like, if you want to do gaming and you look on Google Trends and you're like, oh man, Fortnite's doing really well, but I hate Fortnite, because personally I despise Fortnite. I mean, the beginning of it was alright, but then after like season 3 it was horrible, in my opinion. But Fortnite still killing it when it comes to trends and views, but personally it's just not my thing. So if you're doing gaming, you kind of should probably look up the game that you want to play, and any games that you want to play, see which ones are doing better, and then see what kind of topics out of those are doing better, because Google Trends has an amazing website, and it's just very useful. Me personally, when it came to my video, the day 3 of the NFL draft videos, there was a lot of players that were drafted. I think that there were like 7 or 8 players drafted, and then there was a ton of undrafted free agents, and I looked them all up on Google Trends, right? And I saw who was getting the most searches for that day. And day 3, I know DJ Dallas and Alton Robinson were getting a lot of searches, so Alton Robinson went into the title. And I mean, that didn't really change what I was doing. I was still going to make the video the way that I was making it, and really it was just, I put Alton Robinson on the title because he had the most searches and he was in the video, so it's not clickbait. From there on, I have clickbaited a little bit, like my last video, Jamal Adams has requested a trade to the Seattle Seahawks. It was kind of just a workaround of how the whole situation is going. Like, the YouTube title can only hold 100 characters, so you can't put like, oh, Jamal Adams has requested a trade and would be welcome to coming to the Seahawks. Like, that's way too long to actually put anything else, so I kind of shortened it and also clickbaited it, so sorry on that. And the same thing of, is the NFL trying to sabotage the Seattle Seahawks? That was super hyperbolic of a title. The main thing that I was talking about was how the difference in traveling is just absurd between East and West teams. But of course, me saying East versus West and saying that location is a part of it, I left out of that, so it was just complete clickbait basically at that point. So that was not very good. There was a lot of comments on that, and I'm sorry to anyone who was a little upset by that. But overall, this tip is really just talking about use the algorithm as best as you can. The algorithm is computer-based learning right now, so no one really knows how the algorithm works. But if you go on Google Trends and see what people are searching, and how it relates to your videos, so like I did in the day 3 thing, there was a bunch of different people in that video, a bunch of different big names out of college, and I looked every single one of them up. Whichever ones did the best, I had like, I think like 20-30 characters left. I just put parentheses and I put the top 3 names, and it worked out well. Like the first 2 videos of the draft days, so day 1 and 2, the most interesting days really when it comes down to it, only had 1,000 to 2,000 views, which is a ton compared to like the 20 that I had before that. But those videos, a couple thousand views. But then that day 3 video where I did the Google Trends thing and found whoever's name was the highest search, and then I put them there, that video had 10,000 views very quickly. So really, like, Google Trends, I wouldn't base your whole channel off of it, but if you're making a video and you can use Google Trends to aid you in titling that video, 100% do that. It will help you, I'd assume, in the algorithm. I have no idea how the algorithm works, and I don't really think anyone does. I don't think YouTube themselves understands how the algorithm works, because it's basically just computer learning, like I said before, and I mean, no one knows it except for the computer, really. But that's going to be it for the tips, basically. Just overall, just have fun on YouTube. Don't try to make YouTube a job too early on. Like, maybe one day, like me personally, maybe one day my channel actually gets monetized, and maybe one day I continue to grow, and maybe one day I get enough consistent views to actually have this as a full-time job. I don't expect it to happen like that, and if it does, that's absolutely insane. That's absolutely crazy. I mean, that's something for the future. I'm not planning on that happening. And another tip real quick, have a backup plan. Don't make this your single plan to do YouTube. Don't make this your only plan. Make sure that if you're young like I am, make sure you're going to school. Me, I'm about to go into college. Make sure you pay attention in college. So like, make sure you pay attention to school if you're gonna start YouTube. Don't 100% put everything on YouTube and act like you have nothing to lose. You have everything to lose if you're young and you're going to school. So make sure you pay attention in school, just in case, if YouTube works, you might as well try it out, because if it does work, like, say me, I'm going into college, and smart boy, this is getting a little personal, but I'm a smart kid. I got free college to a pretty good college, so I'm not gonna have to worry about anything financially for the next 4 years, and I just decided, why not give YouTube a go? I don't have to worry about financials, so I don't really have any pressure to get a job right now. So what if I can get monetized on YouTube, get a couple dollars here and there, and just kind of save it up? But then there's also the chance that one day it's a full-time job. One day it's making a lot of money, but the thing is, you just gotta, it's gonna happen. Whatever happens, happens. And don't expect great things. Don't expect to be the next PewDiePie. It might happen, but don't bet everything on it. That's about it. Just have fun on YouTube, do what you enjoy, and make the most out of it. With that, I'd like to thank you for watching. Have a great day.